Jumping into the number 5 spot of the best Cyber Monday mechanical keyboard deals is the Epomaker EP75, typically priced at $99.99, now on sale for $74.99. But if at any point during the video you want to check out any of the 5 keyboard deals in this video, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. But let's talk about the EP75. This is a good deal. This is a 75% form factor, which is a great form factor. This uses a 2-piece plastic shell with an RGB diffused ring around it, which just has a really nice look to it, and has a bunch of foam dampening. For the switches, you have a choice between Gateron Pro Yellows, Epomaker Flamingo, and Epomaker Budget switches. The Pro Yellows are gonna be more of like a gaming switch with a faster actuation, and that is a linear switch. The Flamingos are also going to be a linear switch, and honestly are a fantastic switch. And the Budget switches are gonna be a heavy tactile, which if you like tactiles, you will like these. They are very nice. This is also fully hot swappable with 3 and 5 pin switches, so if you don't like the switches, you can swap anything in it that you want. For connectivity, you can use this wire with a detachable USB Type-C, but you don't need to, as this is fully wireless with either Bluetooth or a 2.4 gigahertz USB dongle, which is what I recommend using if you're gonna be gaming with this to hit that 1000 hertz polling rate. As for battery life, this is getting about 50 hours, which I think is pretty decent. For RGB, it's bright, it's vibrant per key lighting, there's tons of modes, really there's nothing that you wouldn't want, plus it's got that diffused ring all around it, which I do think just elevates this keyboard to the next level, especially in a dark room. It looks sweet. But with that, let's move on to the number 4 spot. And this is the Keychron V1, typically priced at $84.99, now 20% off for $67.99. This again is a 75% form factor, and again uses a 2-piece plastic shell, although a different design overall. This also has a knob that does not wobble at all, which is awesome. This uses south-facing LEDs, is QMK, and has a semi-transparent case, and a ton of high-quality dampening here, which is awesome. For the switches here, these are Gateron G Pro switches. These are factory loop switches, and you have a choice between their reds or browns, which obviously reds are linear, browns are tactile. If you're a gamer, I do recommend linear all the time, so get the reds. But if you get this keyboard and you wanna upgrade your switches, well, it's fully hot swappable with 3 and 5 pin switches, so you're good to go. And as for connectivity, this uses a detachable USB Type-C cable. RGB is exactly what you'd expect here. It's nice and vibrant, it's perky RGB lighting, and like I said, it's south facing, so if you do wanna get some like really shine through RGB keycaps, like I know pudding keycaps kinda aren't as in anymore, but like crystal keycaps or stuff like that, well, the south facing is kind of cool and something that I really like on doing those full RGB keyboard builds. But with that, let's move on to the number 3 spot. And this is the Kludge H81, typically priced at $89.98, now on sale for $63.99. That is a good price for this keyboard. Form factor here is a 75% split design. It's compact, but at the same time, that split design just makes it a little bit, I don't know, just gives it some flair and I like it. This uses tons of unique angles, cutouts, and just little details. There is a really cool connectivity switching knob on the top right and nice dampening in the case. For the switches here, you get 1 switch option, but that's a good thing because it's a nice switch. This is the Sky Cyan switch, and to my knowledge, this is the only keyboard that this switch is in. This is a linear switch, it is factory lubed, and it sounds and feels really great. But if you happen to not like this switch, which I don't think is gonna happen, it's a really good switch that I think most people like, but if you happen to not like it or you just wanna swap in something else, well, this is fully hot swappable with 3 and 5 pin switches. For connectivity, this is wireless with a 2.4 gigahertz USB dongle or Bluetooth 5.1, or you can use this fully wired with a USB Type-C cable, or you can charge it with a Type-C cable. And for battery life, do not worry, this thing lasts for a long time. RGB is exactly what you'd expect. Per key lighting, all the modes and static colors you want. It's great, there's no problems here. But with that, let's move on to the number 2 spot. And this is the Yunzii Y68 Royalaxe, typically priced at $99.99, now on sale for $64.35. Now this is a 65% form factor, so a little bit smaller, but you still get those arrow keys, which is a must for me. This uses a 2-piece plastic shell with large thick metal accents on the right and left, flip over risers, a thick metal plate with, get this, tons of silicone dampening. This feels like an overall extremely solid and premium board. Like, this is a great pre-built. Switches here are the Gateron Pro Reds, Browns, or Yellows, or TTC Gold Pink V2s. Or you can go with Speed Silver V2s. So quite a bit of switch options there, which I really like. But if none of those are your fancy, and maybe in the future you do want to upgrade or just try out things, it is fun, you can do anything you want because it's fully hot swappable with 3 and 5 pin switches. For connectivity, you can plug this in with a detachable USB Type-C, use this wirelessly wirelessly with Bluetooth or use this with a 2.4 gigahertz USB dongle. And battery life is also great here with a 3000 milliamp hour battery. As for RGB, it's got good brightness, great colors, good vibrancy, and all the modes and static colors you'd want. But with that, let's move on to the number 1 best Cyber Monday mechanical keyboard deal. This is the Kludge M75, typically priced at $139.99, now 43% off for only $79.99. This is a great deal. This is a 75% form factor, has a 2-piece plastic shell with a metal knob, and an extra USB Type-C when in wired mode. This also has a small OLED screen in the bottom right, which is very cool and nice for like the battery life and just a bunch of other things. And this is gasket mounted with tons of dampening. And it does sound very, very nice if I do say so myself. For switch options, you can either get browns, reds, or speed silvers. This is fully hot swappable with 3 and 5 pin switches. And for connectivity, this uses a detachable USB Type-C, Bluetooth, or wireless with a 2.4 gigahertz USB dongle. And this has a pretty large battery at 3,750 milliamp hours. For the RGB, it's very bright, it's vibrant, it's got tons of colors, tons of modes, per key lighting, everything you need. This is an awesome keyboard, and for that sale price, it is a must. But again, if you want to check out any of the 5 keyboard deals in this video, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. This is the last day. I believe all these sales are going to be on sale. Cyber Monday is Cyber Monday, and then it's over. So if you're looking for a mechanical keyboard, get them now while the sale is still going. Hopefully you guys can save a bit of money, maybe get some as a gift, maybe get some as a gift to yourself. Those are the best kind of gifts. But yeah, this is Consumer Tech Review, and I'll see you guys in the next video.